Jenny. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Shadi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
It's a lovely Sunday afternoon, and I know that you really honestly could be sleeping because it looks like it wants to rain, but you're here, and I really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about the beauty industry, particularly because for you are a makeup artist in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And obviously we know that COVID-19 has impacted billions of lives and lots of people around the world. So we'll be getting to know who you are and also talking about how you are, would I say, adapting to this new normal that you have found yourself in.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, that we have all found ourselves in because it has really...
Exactly,
right? So I know you personally as a lawyer turned makeup artist. Can you tell us more about yourself? How you grew up? What was your background like as a child?
Okay, so I come from a family of 8.
Oh wow!
Mom and dad inclusive. I have 5 other siblings, and I'm the 4th child. So we've always been artsy. So like we've always looked after ourselves, though. But like in terms of art, we've always been artsy, and we weren't taught. It was just, I would say it was a gift, basically. So I just literally picked up a piece of paper and a pen, and I would literally just draw anything that I saw, especially cartoons. Like I never learned these things. I literally would just draw. I started off tracing, actually. So you know how
it's not like everybody tracing. It's not how you started.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah,
okay, so I started off tracing, and then as time went by, I just found it very interesting that maybe I could actually draw these things, and then I would just start. And I still remember my very first drawing. It was of a lizard. It was a live lizard, actually. It literally was just there. And I drew the lizards, and afterwards, I just found myself drawing things.
Okay. So, from the lizard, you went to secondary school. What secondary school did you go to?
I went to Reagan Memorial Baptist Girls Secondary School. Such a long name, I know. And then I went to a 6th form college, Uxbridge, in Kesha here as well.
I went to Uxbridge as well.
You went to Uxbridge?
Yeah, I went to Jerry, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I was there 2009.
Oh, I was there 2000 and I think like when I moved to this thing. It's a 2002.
Way before.
2002, yeah.
So yeah, then I went to uni Essex from Oxford.
Okay. So, and what did you study in school?
I studied law.
That's true. You did study law. Okay. So law was your primary. It was definitely your major. Did you have any minor?
No.
Okay.
Just law.
So you did law. You know, I came back to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And obviously your parents are like, oh, we have another lawyer. Because your brother's a lawyer as well.
Yeah. We graduated same year, actually.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So both of you came back to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And your parents are expecting these awesome people to like go into the field of law and practice. And then did you actually practice?
I did practice.
For how long?
So I practiced for about 3 years, including my NYSC placement.
And so how was that like for you?
My first and second year, especially my NYC, it wasn't exactly what I wanted. That was why I went ahead to actually practice my 3rd year. So altogether, I would say it wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't really enjoy it, especially litigation. And the law firm I worked with, that was their major.
Litigation. So you're more like a corporate person?
I would say I am, actually, yeah.
Okay. So you did litigation, and then obviously you feel like you're more a corporate person. So at what point did you now say, I remember drawing a lizard, right? And I think that's really what I want to do and become a makeup artist. At what point did you make that transition?
To be honest, I've always had makeup on from my Uxbridge days. So I already knew what makeup was all about. I was already doing makeup, but not as a business. I would just do for my friends, just call them over and then just do makeup. So it took someone sitting me down and then convincing me why don't you just go for this training and whatnot. And then I told my brother about it, who later told my dad. And when he agreed, I was just okay, maybe I can actually do this. Yeah. So it was at that point I was okay, maybe I can actually do this. But I was still working at that time, so I had to quit my job and stuff. So
I think I always say it's always so great when you have a supportive family, supportive parents.
It wasn't exactly easy at first though, but
So why for you didn't you think that, okay, I like makeup, were you working half and half? Or was that like a side hustle, or you?
It was a side hustle
Okay.
because I wasn't getting a lot of clients. It wasn't enough for me to actually leave my secure 9 to 5 and stuff. But something pushed me out of my law firm. So I was able to
what pushed you?
I can't say that.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. So you were working full time and also pursuing that as a side hustle.
Yeah.
Did you now say, okay, I want to start doing makeup full time? Do I now need to take classes? Because some people don't think that they need to take classes. They just start saying, okay, I'm going to just start working my way by myself. I'm going to be practicing on my friends, and then I'll now eventually build my clientele. But you went the other route of going to learn under other people that are established before establishing your own business, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that process, how you reached out to them?
To be honest, the very first person I learned from was just, down the street in my area. So it was really easy. It was the friend who took me into, so she already knew of a class that was going on. And then I learned from I also got into a makeup competition, and a very famous makeup artist taught us as well. She did a 1-day master class. So I believe I learned from about 4 people before I started my own, and I'm still learning actually, before I started my own makeup, before I opened my own makeup studio and whatnot. So yeah, I just felt that I needed to learn from all of these people, find my style, and then establish my own makeup. Yeah.
So before COVID-19, what was the entrepreneurship journey like for you? As a makeup artist in Nigeria?
It wasn't easy, to be honest, because I'm only 2 years gone. So I would say I'm still building my clientele. So COVID-19 kind of interrupted that whole process in that I didn't exactly have the amount of clients that I wanted just yet. And now I have to work twice, even 4 times as hard as I did before to get more clients who would trust me and see what I can do. And then because now it takes more than just seeing your makeup. That's one thing. So, and then knowing that they are safe is another thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's become difficult to be
honest. But to your credit, some of your clients thus far, it's okay if I name them.
Yeah.
You done makeup for Omomi.
Yeah.
Right? You done for Kiki Morty.
Kiki Omeli.
Kiki Omeli. Yeah. And then you've done for Ini. What's the other thing?
Ini Tima.
Yes, exactly. So you have definitely people definitely know you, but I think maybe COVID-19 has definitely disrupted so many things.
Yeah.
And now you're going to have to use different avenues to get yourself out there.
Yeah.
But don't worry, everything will get better.
It would.
When the lockdown happened, initially, I feel like that seems like it wasn't like March that happened, right?
Late mid-March.
Yeah.
But the lockdown happened April.
Yeah, April.
So they pronounced
So
April.
the first few weeks, personally and professionally, because I think a lot of us were like, okay, this is like 1 month lockdown, right? Can you talk about that?
I felt that. Okay, so personally, I was like, I needed this space for Jennifer Jigger. I think I need this. So I was kind of planning Jennifer's life now, not Rise and Glam. So I was just like, okay, week 1. I was like, that's cool. Week 1 month. I was like, what's good? What's going on? But for Rise and Glam, obviously, because I was still gathering my clients, I just didn't think that I needed that. And I was it was at the point in Rise and Glam's life where we wanted to start employing people, because the workload was becoming too much for just myself. So everything for my business, it didn't take it.
Yeah, because I remember calling you.
Yeah, it took it.
And you were still
Yeah,
working. Yeah,
but personally, I thought I needed, a little break.
Yeah,
until it was too much.
So at what point did you now say? At what point in the lockdown, extension, did you now say, this one, it seems like it's because I think lots of makeup artists, when you read different articles or you speak to people who are in the makeup industry, similar to you, first week, it's like, okay, people are still working. And then second and third, because it's not just about the fact that you don't even have jobs. Even other people don't have places to go.
Yeah.
You understand? So there was a ripple effect of not just you. So because the makeup industry, you have video shoots, you have movies, you have events, you have weddings, you have
and we're huge on weddings in this part of the country.
Exactly. So at what points in the lockdown extension did you now begin to say, okay, I need to probably start to...
I believe after the easing of the lockdown, everyone kind of relaxed a bit.
Yeah.
So I just felt like, okay, it was okay for me to start receiving clients and all of that. So yeah, people usually like threading clients will call me. Not so much of makeup, but yeah, threading will call me, and I just started accepting from them.
I think because threading, we have to look good with threading, right? But makeup, it requires you actually going somewhere.
You
know what I mean?
And that's still equally as
exactly. So now that COVID-19 is definitely, because I think a lot of us thought that we were going to find a vaccine or some cure within like the first few months with chloroquine, but that doesn't seem to have happened. So how have you had to alter your marketing strategies as a makeup artist? Because it goes beyond just putting up on Instagram now and just saying this is what I do.
To be honest, we've had to follow our client's vibe, so to speak.
Of course.
So we've moved everything to online. So we would usually have like a physical one-to-one makeup class, but now we would push online classes even more. And then we also do what's called consultation. So if you do not know, if you're looking for the right products to use on yourself, we would just, do that to you virtually, advise you on the type of products to use. So everything basically has moved mainly online. Yeah.
Okay. Specifically, I think you actually just mentioned that. So I guess the three things you could say would be things have moved online. So less, because I think a lot of people in the beginning were still, to my observation, based on that, people were still doing regular Instagram marketing like they usually did.
Yeah.
But like you said, people were not paying attention to their customers and how they had adjusted maybe their budgets, their interests. So those three, I guess the point I'm trying to get to was I was going to ask you to name three specific things that you had to adjust. And I believe that one of them that you have mentioned is about more online classes, more consultation.
Yeah.
And then any other thing that you think that you're obviously doing more home visits.
Yeah, I am.
Right. How do you ensure that you are staying safe and also ensuring that your clients are staying safe?
So I have my protective gears on. So if I'm going to my clients' homes, I would usually go in with my gloves, my face shield, and my face mask as well. And I will go in with my sanitizer, and I also make sure they sanitize in front of me. So in case they are infected. So I try to protect myself and the clients, but my clients first, and then, I just make sure everything is well sanitized. I also go in with my spray sanitizer. I make sure I spray the surrounding before. I just like to do everything in front of my clients so they feel safe and, we're all safe.
Now, one of the challenges that makeup artists have said, and not just even makeup artists, people around the world, but I think with the makeup industry is because the products you use, because of COVID-19, you have now had to adjust the way you go about dishing out those products. Even just from PPE, gloves, all these different things, it's an investment that you're going to have to make. But then because you have less people requiring these services now because people are stuck at home, if you increase your prices, you probably not have anybody coming to you. So how are you dealing with that in terms of having to buy all these products that you're going to dispose of, but you're trying to keep your prices the same?
Yeah. So to be honest, I kind of ask my client to bring their own tools and products. So if they don't have that, I kind of tell them before increasing my prices. So I just incorporate that into the price. So I give them the recent price, and if they bring their products, the prices remains how we would usually charge. So if they're up for it, they pay me. If they're not up for it,
Okay. Well, so do you do makeup for film?
No, I don't do makeup.
Okay. Is that something that you're looking into?
To be honest, yes, but is it safe at this moment? I don't know. Because I remember someone in the industry telling me that everyone had to take the test before coming to set. But it's one thing to take the test now, and it's another thing to get the virus later
or the same day.
Exactly. So because I learned you can contract it again even after having it first. So it's a bit risky to me because I don't know how they can control the crowd when it comes to the movie industry and whatnot. So right now I'm not really looking deeply into it.
Just strictly home services and
Well, not strictly. I mean, it depends on how
for
safe.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, I
It's
see.
easy. Yeah.
So if the film set was going to be
If it becomes safer,
Yes.
yeah, then I would probably like take on it.
so that would be similar to video shoots as well, right?
Yes. I even feel like for video shoots you have less people
The
than
crew.
movie shoots. So yeah.
Okay. One of the things that people have had to adjust to with more time is that they have to do a lot of things. We have to do a lot of things ourselves. So, as you know, me, I struggle with my hair and makeup. But I think now with this downtime, I've had to like be more creative and like, you know, a lot of times maybe I do my afro with makeup, I do my eyebrows myself. How are you managing with, even though things are slowly but surely getting better, in quotation marks, right? But people have more time on their hands and they're having to learn online. So how do you balance that in the sense that if I do all these online classes and all these consultations, when people become really good as in applying their makeup, then I'm not going to have any clients. How do you deal with that?
Okay, I would say that no matter how good you become, a professional makeup artist's work would still stand out to when you do your own makeup.
Sure.
So there will always be people that need makeup regardless of whether or not they know how to do their makeup. To be honest, I know how to do I'm a professional makeup artist, but sometimes I would just rather someone else does my makeup for me. So I feel like people will still look for makeup artists even after, because they just want something else, not their own. Yeah. They just want someone else to do their makeup for them, not themselves.
I'm not even trying to learn. I mean, although I take it back, right? I promise that I'm going to become better at, applying my makeup myself. But I'm still going to definitely come to you because I feel like an expert is always going to be an expert, and there are things that I think I'm good at, but I'm just like, when you do my makeup, I'm like, oh, clearly I'm not really getting this.
Yeah,
stuff.
you just rather have someone else do your makeup.
Yeah. So what about weddings? So weddings, smaller weddings that are happening now, because people are still getting married, people are still having birthday parties. Are you open to going to people's homes to do those services, like for their crew of maybe they have a train, but it's maybe like a train of 5. You can kind of say,
yeah.
I'm
I'm still open to it, to be honest, but I would just lay down my terms. Because I'm trying to be safe, I would take this one person at a time, be as polite as I can be, because people can take offense. You never know. So I'm still open to taking those type of jobs.
Yeah, just because some articles that I have read about how makeup artists are trying to be safe in the industry. So you don't want to, because you need money or because you want to ensure you have clients, you're exposing yourself to the possibility of getting COVID-19. But if someone has a train, even though it's a small wedding, someone has a train of 5 people, you can't guarantee where those different 5 people have been. And then you now go and expose yourself to that situation. Do you carry your measurement thermometer?
I ordered that, but it still hasn't come. I don't know why.
Okay.
But I ordered that.
So you could just be checking people's temperature.
It's needed, Shadi, because they check my temperature when I go out. Everano does that. Like, I feel like I'm not just protecting my client, I have to protect myself as well. So if I see that your temperature is some type way, excuse me. So I mean, I have to do everything that I can to protect myself, because I'm still going home to meet my family.
Of course.
I don't want to transfer it.
Now let's go back a little to your online classes. Can you talk about how that happens? So, for example, someone who's watching or listening, they want to contact you. Because if I was listening to this, honestly speaking, I would reach out just because I struggle. So, how does that happen? The person wants to contact you to schedule either a consultation or to register for an online class.
Okay, so basically we're on Instagram. You can always DM us at Rise and Glam Beauty. We also have our email on our bio at riseandglambeauty. riseandglambeauty@gmail.com.
Okay.
And you can also call our office phone lines. It's 0909222331.
We'll definitely show the
Very
flyer when you're
easy.
speaking.
Yeah. So you can just give us a call, email us, or DM us, and we'll reply you ASAP. So how it works, obviously it's virtual, so we walk you through every step. You can either do a day class. If you feel like, okay, you just need one class, you can either do just one day. We have prices to match whatever days you want to cover up for. And yeah, we can also collapse the whole classes. If you feel like you need a month, we can just find a way to work around that. So we'll work with your budget, basically.
Okay. And in terms of just the Nigerian makeup industry, do you feel like COVID-19 has maybe brought people closer, maybe more collaborations, or if you feel like it's people now are more inclined to just be by themselves because they want to be safe or they want to keep clients to themselves?
As far as collaborations go, I wouldn't say it has encouraged that, in that you still require like people, and I'm not sure how many people would want, because when it comes to collaborations with makeup artists, you need your photographer, you need the model, you need the makeup artist, you need the what do you call them, the clothing designers.
Okay, yeah.
So there are just a lot of things that you have to consider. If you can find a way to just have maybe the makeup artist and the photographer, then maybe they will do that. But as far as that goes, I haven't seen a lot of makeup artists do collaborations recently. So I feel like a lot of people are just trying to be safe. I'm trying to look for money. Let me work, get my money, because we still have, rent, bills to pay.
Yeah.
So everyone is just after, money.
I think maybe the reason why I asked about the collaboration is that sometimes in tough situations, two heads are better than one. So if you can guarantee that the other person you're collaborating with has taken the necessary precautions, maybe you can come together and have a master class on makeup application. One person handles this aspect, the other person handles this aspect as well, and you're able to reach more people with your network. That was just my thing.
Okay, I understand you. I feel like I haven't seen that happen recently, but my struggle with collaborating with photographers is that if you don't have like a name in the industry or above a certain number of followings, it's usually harder for them to actually want to collaborate with you. So I kind of look for photographers that they are, would I say, in my class?
Yeah.
So they are good and they're also open to collaborations, but they're not exactly easy to find. They also have, like, because I was supposed to work with one and he's had one excuse or another, and just, to be honest, just do you for now. And if you find whoever it is and it's easy for you, then definitely. If I find who to collaborate with, and just because I kind of brought up that idea to someone else. We even said it was supposed to be free. Like, let's come together and give someone like a free makeover and photograph for their wedding before COVID-19 hit. But it was still a struggle trying to put everything in place. So just to go back to your question about, the safety measures that we take, we have our face shield and our face mask, and then we also use gloves. It can be a bit uncomfortable to use like gloves. Yeah. So we have to actually ask the clients if they are comfortable with using our hands, but we have to sanitize literally in front of your client. So if they're okay with that, you go on ahead. If not, you just find a way to adjust, using your gloves. And
but what makes the gloves challenging?
Because when it comes to makeup and using your hands kind of warm up the product, so your skin accepts it even better as opposed to gloves. So gloves would not necessarily warm it up. So it's a bit difficult to blend.
And I just think that, like I said, just before we wrap up, it's just reading about how expensive it is, because you're wasting. Because I always wonder, even like when I go to like some stores in the States and like someone like a store like MAC, and how they have all these like those disposable ones and stuff. Like they go through a lot, and I'm just like,
They do actually.
That's they
do actually,
and that's a company. And imagine a small person,
Business,
right,
yeah.
having to do that.
Yeah, that's why I've just said to myself, I'm going to incorporate that into the pricing and then tell the clients this is why we're charging this amount. If you have your product you want me to use, then feel free. I would do that without any extra charges. Otherwise, we would have to do this.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because you obviously bills have to be paid, and even though lots of people are affected, but it is what it is. You just have to find a way. Now, my final question before I go on to the fun random questions is, what has been the silver lining for you during this COVID-19 period? First of all, let's start personally. I mean, I know that you feel like you've had enough time to yourself.
Yes,
you don't
exactly.
I don't tire. But any other silver linings that,
I feel like having that personal time to myself, I've been able to come up with, like I had a video up on my YouTube channel on how to make money in Nigeria, because I find that obviously a lot of people would want to, make money this period. So I've been able to make more investments for myself now, taking Rise and Glam out of the picture. So it was very refreshing seeing that I can do that. And I also thought of another business idea that I could, do. So it was exciting for me. Yeah.
So it's giving you more time to think.
Yeah.
About other.
I just plan my life generally.
Right. I think that just that the hustle and bustle of just constantly.
I was literally lost.
Yeah. I didn't say you were lost. I'm just.
I'm telling you.
What about professionally? Are there? Because I would like to believe that you have been trying different techniques of how things can be applied better, different looks can be gotten. So what? How has COVID-19 helped in that manner?
Well, I would just say, to be honest, because we have to deal with wearing masks up and about. So I would just say I've kind of channeled my energy to creating content that has to do with COVID-19, in that, this is how you can wear your makeup. This is how you can wear your mask and your makeup. Sorry. So this is the type of way you can do your makeup, knowing that you're going to wear your mask.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Let's go into the fun random questions.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. First question is, what was the last album or EP that you listened to?
The first album was a while ago, to be honest. I think it was the
last album.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a while ago. I bought it myself. I barely ever listened to like songs like that. It was the Chris Brown's Graffiti.
Graffiti? Okay.
Yeah. The I Can Transform You one.
Yeah.
I literally bought that by myself. First and last album I bought.
Oh, so since then?
No.
Okay.
I just listened to random
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so favorite artist though?
I don't have any.
Okay. Yeah. Favorite song?
I don't have any. I can't think of any song that I can listen to over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Eventually, I just change it. Yeah.
Okay. Second question is, what is a beauty hack that you live by?
Your BB creams are very essential.
And
I had to make mine.
What are BB creams?
So BB creams basically, it has makeup, moisturizer, and sunscreen, all three in one. So that's like your product on your own. So instead of you applying your moisturizer first, applying your sunscreen, and then applying your everything is in that product. So yeah,
so they're
just
essential.
put it on and then.
How are they? And why are they essential?
Because I feel like it's very effective. It's fast. I used to always have it in my bag, but to be honest, I barely ever wear makeup these days. So yeah, what I have in my bag now is just my sunscreen.
Okay, so BB creams are essential.
Yeah.
Third question is,
especially for you that doesn't even like that much makeup.
So my birthday is coming.
Just use it and then powder, and you're good to go with your brows.
We shall revisit this conversation after I'm done. Third question is, name 2 places that you would love to travel to when the world opens up.
Dubai and Maldives, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's cool. Why would you like to go there?
I haven't been to Dubai before, Maldives as well, but like Maldives is just very beautiful. All the pictures I've seen, breathtaking. The blue sea, blue waters, and just the environment generally is very beautiful.
Okay. Fourth question is, if someone gave you your dream office, where would you like it to be located? The island or the mainland, and why?
So, bought the office for me, yeah?
Yes. I said, here, these are the keys to your dream office.
To be honest, I would say the mainland, only because I plan to live on the mainland for a long time. And I feel like my audience are on the mainland. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. It's always interesting to hear that, because a lot of people just be like, I think from an island perspective, the assumption is that lots of people who live on the island have more money.
Yeah.
Even though I don't really understand that logic, but yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think this is me being say I was assuming that you were going to say island just because.
To be honest, island they have plenty wahala. Like look at the water situation. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Especially when it rains as well. Like even I'm talking about the water you used to cook. So they have too much wahala.
Yeah.
Maybe they have places with, filtered water. I don't know about that,
But yeah, so mainland for you.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Final question is, what movie can you watch repeatedly?
Final Destination.
The horror movie.
Look at the way you looked at me.
As if it's the horror movie.
Yes, actually. 1 to 5.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How do you sleep? Can you not tell? How do you sleep?
Watching Final Destination gave me a business idea. So I've actually appreciated that movie in more ways than one.
Okay. Well.
Look at the way you looked at me.
I think whenever I watch horror movies, there's no how. I always I think a lot. So when I watch a horror movie, I'm always hyperventilating. Like I see a shot, I'm like, oh shit. I'm serious.
But Final Destination wasn't even all that horror. Like it wasn't like a horror movie.
It's the Final Destination. That's the one that you had those kids that they missed that plane, right? And then thing kept coming back.
They always one person
right?
would always see like death coming. He would relieve the whole experience.
Exactly. So why? But that's my point. It's like, if I see this hanger now, after watching Final Destination, I'm like, oh, what if I fall and the hanger hooks me in my throat? Do you understand? So I'm just like,
that happened to me. Like, the one with the wood, like the heavy wood that, bust through a car and then took out someone's neck.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I saw that on the road and I was just like, but I don't get scared. I'm just like, hey, Final Destination.
Yeah. But
it's just a movie.
Okay, fine.
That means you can't even see like possessive, like.
No, I think I can watch horror movies during the day, not at night. And even during the day, I'm going to start thinking about it when I'm sleeping. Do you understand? So I tend to not watch horror movies. I mean, I don't know. But sorry, it doesn't get so scared. But any final words, Jenny, before we wrap it up?
I would just say, to be honest, keep pushing business-wise. Just keep pushing, keep doing you. If you have to add something else aside from, your regular work, do that. And just be consistent, keep pushing.
What about people that are trying to come into the industry, the beauty industry now with COVID-19? What advice would you give to them?
I would say, to be honest, from my perspective, don't make this your sole means of income. Do something else. Don't leave. If you have a secure 9 to 5, don't leave it just yet. Come into the industry, but make it, let it be a side business, in that you still have money coming from somewhere else. So don't just make this your sole income.
Oh, and then final question before I wrap it up is, I didn't even get deep down into how you were able to learn from other people. So who are the people that you learned from?
Okay, so my very first teacher was I can't remember her name, to be honest.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Then I learned from Jane. I learned from Anita Browse. I learned from Doran Beauty before I opened my own studio.
And how were you able to...
And Beyonce, sorry.
And Beyonce. So my question goes to how you were able to reach out to those people and tell them, because if, let's say, for example, I want to become a makeup artist, and I think I'm okay, but I want to be better, and I think you're a really great makeup artist. How can I reach out to you and say, Jenny, would you take me under your wings and let me learn from you? How are you able to reach out to those people?
It was a paid class, so
oh, I see.
I had to pay each and every one of them. I paid Beyonce, but I worked with her for a while as an intern. Yes, so I didn't pay for those periods that I was working with her. She was supposed to pay me actually, so yeah.
Okay, but someone wants to reach out to you to, I guess, become a tutor. Obviously, they'll contact you and then they'll pay you to learn as well.
Yeah, I mean, when our office opens up, we are open to welcoming interns.
Okay.
So yeah, you could learn as well as being an intern.
Okay.
So that's the thing.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jenny.
Thank you so much for having me, Shadi.
It was nice talking about makeup, and I look forward to definitely resuming our regular makeup activities and just continue to stay safe in all that you're doing because, you know, she is real.
It's so real.
It is. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, Shadi.
You're
I
welcome.
really, really enjoyed this.
Lovely too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.